Hi, this is Everett, Everett's Watercolors. Welcome to my studio. Today I'm going to do another watercolor demonstration. And the subject today is going to be skies. I'm really going to do a cloudy sky today, a stormy sky. And I really enjoy that. You have a lot of little dramatic features here. So let's go to my painting table and let me get started on these cloudy skies. Okay, here's my reference photograph. This photograph I took over the weekend down the meadows. You can see the clouds up here, rain cloud. It wasn't raining there, but there was nice big dark clouds, a little bit of background, and just a very little bit of landscape here at the bottom. So most of the painting today is going to be 2/3 or more of sky with very little groundwork. Also, I was out also on the weekend. I was out doing another painting, and I did another sky scene. But then I want to put a little building down here, so I got another building, a small building down here in the bottom. So I'm going to add that to my painting today. So it'll be sky with a little landscape with a building off here in the near in the foreground, more or less. So here's my sketch, my design sketch. You see here, I just got the values. Down here at the bottom, I'm going to have just a little bit of landscape with a building up here to the right side bottom here. And I'm going to have a lot of clouds, large big clouds up here in the sky. Okay, so that's going to be my composition today. Let me put that aside. So I'm going to have a lot of fun today. I really enjoy this painting skies. Now, what I'm going to have, this is a sheet of watercolor paper. This is a quarter sheet. It measures 15 inches by 11 inches high, 11 inches by 15. That's a quarter sheet of Gemini watercolor paper, archival. And I'm going to be using my Hake brushes today. This is a large, the medium size, and a small. And I have those on my website. These are silver brush Hake brushes. And they really cover, with a large picture like this, I'm going to use a lot of water. So I'm going to wet up the large one, the large Hake, and what I'm going to do is put the paper up, and I'm going to get a nice, I'm going to do a lot of wet on wet today, so I'm going to make sure the paper is nice and wet. So I'm probably going to layer it up a couple of times here. Make sure it's nice and wet. So this is the third time. So like three coats of water all the way across. Make sure it's 100% wet. And I'm going to pick up a little extra water here on the side just to keep it from getting any back runs. Okay. So you can see there, I got it really, you can see the shine on the paper is really wet. So I'm going to do a lot of wet on wets today. Okay. Now the next brush, I'm going to use my middle size Hake, and I'm going to pick up some color now. And we'll start out with a little bit of, down over in my palette, you can see here, this is the palette I use for my large brush. A little bit of yellow ochre down here, I got burnt sienna here, ultramarine blue, yellow lemon, and I've also got a little bit of Payne's gray, and here I got a little bit of Lutheran crimson. So I'm going to have a little bit of color in the sky, not just plain. I think what I'll do is I'll pick up a little bit of that color here on the side, and this white part is going to show some of the clouds. So now I'm just picking up a little bit of that color now. Okay. Then I pick up a little bit. Now the next color I'm going to pick up a little bit of ultramarine blue. This guy always has a little bit of blue patch. A little bit of blue shine through the area. And I think I'll pick up some more of that. Top off the white. Get some of the white clouds in there. A little bit of white in there for a cloud. Now, next color I'm going to pick up a little bit of Payne's Gray. The Payne's Gray is going to be the gray part. And I'm going to have a dark rain cloud up there in the top. And a little small one. Going by my design work, the design over here. That was another part of the cloud over here. And one more. And this will be down here a little bit lower. This will be a smaller cloud. Now I'll pick up some more of that Payne's Gray. Go in here and make this really dark. This top one here. The big cloud is going to be the one on top. These other smaller clouds are behind. The bottom of the cloud is always a little bit darker. So I'm trying to put a little bit of form in here. Give the clouds a little dimension with this darker value, a little dimension. Okay. Okay, now I've got to go ahead and leave this alone. Now I'm going to dry the paper. Okay, get my Ranger That's what I need to do, I guess. Now, once you wet the paper, though, it stretches. So I'm going to take my clips off here. I'm going to move the paper, stretch it out a little bit. This section over here. That's one thing when you wet the paper, it's going, it's going to stretch. Just let that dry. Okay. We got some nice big dark clouds in the sky. This down here. These are really stormy looking clouds. They're nice and dark. Okay, now let that dry. Now I'm going to do now. I got one section that I want to. I'm gonna re-wet this section down here with water. Re-wet this. Just re-wet this section with water. Okay. And I'm going to go in with a little bit of ultramarine blue. And just put a little touch of more clouds over in this side, just way off in the distance. Break this up over. These are small clouds, way in the bottom. Okay, I'll let that dry. I'm going to take the blow dryer here. Okay, now on the bottom here, and I'm probably gonna leave the clouds alone. I could put a little bit of white in there on the edges, but I'm going to leave that alone. I may go and then just touch up a little bit more on the cloud, but let them dry for right now. Okay, now down here in the landscape, I'm going to put in some ground. I'm going to use a small Hake. Yeah. No, I'm going to use the middle size. Use the middle size Hake. And I'm going to pick up a little bit of a little bit of burnt sienna, maybe a little bit of ultramarine. This is going to be dark here because the sky, the light's behind, so this is all going to be backlit anyway. So I'm just going to put a little bit of color down here. Just going to dab it in here real quick. This is like earth. This is going to be like the ground. It's going to have different colors in it. Put a little bit of yellow in it. Just give like an earth color. And what I'm going to do now is going to come up here and I'm going to turn the brush a little bit. Use the side of the brush and put a little edge here on the. So So I'm using the corner of the brush, just using the corner of the brush, just like I do with a flat brush. These are going to be just low bushes and trees here in the landscape. That's all they are. Just touch them very lightly. Using the corner of the brush. It's going to be a larger trees out here. Little taller ones out here. A variety. Using the corner of the Hake brush and just wiggling the brush stroke, give me a rough edge. Okay. Okay, that's the landscape part. And I'm going to put the building in here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a smaller brush, and I'll take my number 8 round. If I can find it. And I'm going to put a rooftop here. So I'm going to put a roof here on this one. A little bit of Payne's gray and a little bit of ultramarine blue. Make a dark color here. This is a rooftop. Okay. And this is going to have a little porch on it. I'm going to put a porch roof partially down. And this is a building I took a picture of this past weekend. I was doing an outdoor. I was doing some plein air painting, doing the sky, but I also had caught the building. So I thought, well, I'll put this in my painting today, this demonstration. A little porch on that. Now I got to give it some windows, and see, I got to let that dry a little bit, because I might just put a little color on the building itself. So let me dry that. Let me dry that real good. Okay, that's dry. I think what I'll do now is I'll put a little bit of, I'll use the same round brush. I'm going to put a little bit of yellow ochre on the building. A little bit of yellow ochre. Maybe touch a little bit of yellow, put a little bit of yellow lemon on it also. It's going to be a lighter color here. So let me go ahead and put in the little yellow color on the building structure. Make it different from the sky. Yeah, what we'll do is take a little tire. I'm going to dab a little bit of that up and make it just a little bit lighter. I'm going to lift it up a little bit. There, okay. And get the bottom of the building. It's 2 stories, a 2-story building. Big old farmhouse. I was raised in a farmhouse. I lived many years before I went to college. I was on a farm. And we had a 3-story building, a 3-story farmhouse. Huge. My room was on the 3rd floor with my 2 brothers. So we had a lot of fun up there on the 3rd floor. All by ourselves. Okay. Okay. Now I think what I'll do is I'm going to add just a little text. I'm going to take a little bit of Celestine Crimson. I'm going to put a little chimney up here. Just a little chimney. On one side. I was going to put on the other side, but I think that'd be a little overkill there. Okay, let me dry that. Okay. And then I'm going to, one last touch on that one. Put some windows. I'm going to put some windows here. I'll take a little bit of Payne's Gray. And we'll put some windows on the top floor. And a couple windows here in the bottom. This porch had a couple posts on it, so I'm going to take a little bit of burnt sienna here. A little bit of burnt sienna. And I'll put some posts here on this porch. That'll be enough detail on the house. That'll be enough detail. Okay. And as far as on the farm, I'm going to put some fence posts out here on the side. Take a little bit of Payne's Gray here. Put some old fence posts out here. And I'm going to put a cross railing on that. There's always a fence. Keep the animals in the backyard. Little fence there. And maybe there's a little piece over here. Okay. And I think while I'm here, I'm going to make this into a small tree here. And this one up here also, this little. That's good. Okay. All right, so I've got a really a thundercloud here. There's a rain coming down, or wood could be coming down soon. And I think I can do, what can I do here? I'm going to take a little bit of, I'm going to take a light brush with just a little bit of that Payne's gray. And I'm going to go in here and just kind of do a light covering on this. And put a little bit of texture up here in the cloud, just show a little bit of bumps and so forth. A little bit of texture up there. It's not smooth, it's got all kinds of grooves and so forth in that cloud. It's full of water. So make it look rough. Give it a little more character. Same way over here. Take a little bit of brush here and just kind of go in and make some indications here of some little bit of depth, a little bit of definition, a little bit of texture on the cloud. Give it a little bit of character. Now these clouds here are a little bit further back, so they don't have as much definition as these bigger clouds in the front. And the bottom of the cloud tends to be a little bit flatter. A little more shadow on the bottom, so I'm going to put a little more definition there on the bottom. And these other clouds are further behind, so that's just about going to finish that off there. Okay. Well, let's take off my clips here and let's put a mat board around this. Let's do a mat board. And I think I'll move my paddle out of the way. So we're taking off the clips. And let's get a mat board around that. And today I'm going to put a dark mat around because I got a dark cloud that might show them off a little bit. Wow. Okay. Okay, that really sets it off. So that's my cloudy skies on a farm with a little building, and I think that turned out real good. Let me bring it up a little bit closer to the camera. You can see the building there up real close. A farmhouse with a porch and some windows, a little fence line, and a great big stormy clouds up there. So you need lots of rain on the farm so the crops will grow. So this is good. We're getting a blessing today. All right, so let's go back to my main camera. Okay. Well, that concludes today of painting skies. I love to paint skies. And what you do is you need a big brush, go wet on wet, and then just let the paint flow, and mix it up a little bit. You know, get some light colors, some sun shining through from the background. The sun's out, so it's coming back from the background. So you're going to have yellows and oranges and whites and so forth back there. A little bit of blue sky up there, but also those black raining clouds are going to be dark because they're full of water, and that's what makes it interesting. So that was a lot of fun. It reminds me of a lot of times on the farm I grew up, and we'd have lots of rain also during the year for the crops, and that was always healthy. And look forward to even now rain, doing clouds to keep the grass nice and green. So right now let's subscribe to my channel. Give me a like and give me a thumbs up on the view, I'd appreciate that. And then share it with your friend. Let them know I'm here on Thursdays with another demonstration of Everett's watercolors. And also today I'll be releasing on Thursday I'll be releasing Simply Drawing with Everett. I've got a little drawing exercise. And what I did was I did some color pencils last week, but now I'm going to go ahead and do the shading. So you might find that interesting how I shaded that with the Melts blender. So that'll be today, this week's presentations on Thursday. Everett's watercolors with the watercolor demonstration, and then a drawing demonstration with some shading with the colored pencils. So until next week, you all stay safe, and thanks for joining in, and share it with your friends. Give me a thumbs up and a like. I appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel. You'll be notified of all my other videos. I get over 950 videos on YouTube, and you'd enjoy them all. Thank you. All right, so let's all stay safe till next week. You take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.